Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 32 of my Clouds of Darkness Let's Play. Last time, I invaded the Castle of Magic, and between episodes I spent some time fighting these mutant monsters from the Fake Ores mod, so that I could finish up the first quest in Homes of the Beings, the Castle of Magic. Claim reward. And apparently I also completed the Essence of Glowstone and Essence of Nether tasks far long ago in an episode number that I could not even begin to remember. Hidden treasures. Monsters have a stash of magic items somewhere around here. Oh, well, I guess I went exploring and found that already. Excellent. Lots of reward bags to open up when we get home. Next stop is going to be the Castle of Ores. Let's get back to spawn and make it bright out here. So my dark matter to red matter machine continues to function. It's doing a fairly decent job over here. Generated another 48 dark matter, and I have 5 red matter. And I'm just gonna let it keep running. No reason to stop it now. Alright, let's get some stuff put away. Ectoplasm, feather. We'll melt down the iron gear, even though it's still a pain, because I still haven't bothered to automate this thing because I'm lazy. Really, that's the only good excuse for it at this point in time. And, alright. You get disappeared. Night vision seeds and speed seeds are neat, but we're not going to be using them right now. And I need to make a spot for the Fake Ores mod. You know what? It can go up here with the other... Like, this is Minecraft in random assortment of crazy stuff. So it'll go there. Salve crystal. I still have no idea what this does. It has no recipe, and it has no usage. And I can't right-click or shift right-click it. I guess I'm just going to hang on to it for now and see if it does something if I get, say, withered or something like that. Hey, you know what? Let's see if I can shift-click it into one of my Wildcraft spots. No. No, I cannot. Alright, yep, I got nothing, folks. We're just going to have to wait and see if it comes up with anything for me. That's a bit of a shame. Okay. No problem, though. So... I've definitely had a couple of people complain about the reward bags. I have been gathering them for a while at this point. I have an epic bag, a legendary bag, a good bag, and 3 greater bags. Let's open them all up right now in order of rarity, starting with the good, which gets me a fishing rod. 3 greaters contain a resonant jetpack. That's kind of neat. One of the unique rewards. A 5-minute regeneration potion. Meh. Dragon Claws absorbs fire damage at the expense of hunger. Didn't I already have those? You know what? I imagine that between one of the issues with... one of the technical issues that forced me to restore a backup at some point in time, or just transferring save files around, or something. Something's probably gone wrong. Anyway, epic bag. 32 blocks of diamond. That would have been really epic early on. Now... well, I mean, yes, it's kind of cool, but 5.5 stacks of diamond, it just feeds to the beast at this point. And my legendary bag, unique reward, an extreme speed potion, 25 minutes worth of extra speed. So, in the end, a bit of a flop, but that's alright. Not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Reliquary, no, I had Claws of the Fire Drinker. This is the Dragon's Claws. It absorbs fire damage at the expense of hunger, whereas Claws of the Fire Drinker absorbs fire and lava damage at the expense of hunger. Okay, that makes sense. So these are flat out better than these. Interesting. And yet, I still got both. Resident Jetpack is pretty cool. This is from the Sipley Jetpacks mod, and you could craft it yourself, making use of... hang on. The Resonant Jetpack and Enderium armor plating made with a bunch of Enderium and more armor plating, and the jetpack made through actually a rather complicated and detailed crafting process where you have to go up multiple tiers of jetpack. So if you're going to craft one yourself, good luck and have fun digging through NEI for a couple of hours. It's going to be nuts to do. However, these things do something really cool that my fairy wings don't. Hang on. There's a button for this. I'm forgetting the button. Where are my jetpack controls? I think it has its own section. Simply jetpacks. Turn on, off with F. Well, that's not functional. Let's find a key that's not bound to anything. It's harder than you think. 4, 5? There we go. Numpad 5, switch mode with return, apparently. Wow. That's pretty sad right there. Alright. Turn this bad boy on. As you can see, jetpack energy pops up in the upper left. And you can see that the engine is now on. And I shoot particle effects when I go up. And it shoots me up relatively quickly. And normally I'd take fall damage from that. But because I'm wearing my feather ring, I am not. My angel ring, that is. If I hit return, I turn on hover mode. And I just stay up here. Now I have creative style flight. But I cannot ascend nearly as quickly as I can with non-hover mode on. And the downside of this style of flight, even though you get some really cool particle effects, so it's probably my preferred method if I happen to be on a server, is it uses power. As you can see, I've already burned through 100,000 redstone flux, just showing off the particle effects. Now, the fun part with simply jetpacks is you have your option of a number of particle effects. You can have your standard flyer, your standard fire, your default particles like I have, or you can start customizing. You can have no particles, you can have smoke only, you can have a rainbow smoke, and I thought there were a couple of other options, but that might be remembering from a different version. Huh, yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, so it looks like your options in this map are fire, smoke, or rainbow smoke. Either way, pretty cool. Really fun mod. Really loved having a good jetpack available that ran on redstone flux. And I have far too much stuff in my inventory. That's okay. Let's make ourselves a raw plastic barrel. Because I have barrels, and I have multiple stacks of raw plastic. So yeah, you can go right in here. That's a good place for you. Live there for me. Thank you. More inventory management. I'm already anticipating the comments yelling at me about it. That's a lot of broken spawners, isn't it? Oh well, not a big deal. I'm not worried about the rest of the inventory management. It can stay where it is. If it has a problem, then, well, too bad. Alright, next stop, as promised, Castle of Ores. I'm going to put it at the end of the book, so it's just a little bit easier to find. And poof. Where are we at? Castle of Ores. We're gonna get a good exterior shot. Alright. Might be a small dungeon in there. If there is, it isn't much. More glowstone glass if I ever want to come back and collect that. We have coal and redstone crop. That's kind of cool. Check our quest book. We have arrived and we need to kill a total of 30... Oh, those look like false ores. Yup. Neat. So these guys are pretty cool. This is the false ores mod at its best, showing off what it can really do, which is spawn fake ore monsters. Oh, there you go. There's a monster spawner for coal ore. That's kind of fun. Ow. Okay, cut it out. So you could pretty easily set up a grinder with these and get yourself infinite ore of, well, whatever type the guy offers. Let's vein mine that gold. And we got a Blizz spawner. That, I think that we're gonna not break. And hang on, because I learned my lesson in the last one. It wants me to kill 30 of these fake ores, so we're not gonna be destroying all of them quite yet. Oh. This won't be difficult, not with this many spawners. Excellent. 6 emerald ore. I like that. I like food and random things that'll end up actually fit into my sorting system for once. Promises, promises. Let's see if that can actually fulfill that particular promise. That'd be nice. And here we go. Up. Up, up, up. More spawners up here. We got more coal ore. Looks like mostly coal ore for the spawners. That's a bit of a shame. I was hoping to find a really cool spawner like, I don't know, emerald, gold, even iron would be neat. Anything up top? No. Lame. Searching for hidden treasure. Alright, Kolor. You have offended the sensibilities of the god of this world, namely me, and you shall be punished for it. Tin, copper, osmium, ruby ore. That'll take. Hey, stop that. Aluminium. That will take. No, that will leave. I don't care that much. Once you've hit that infinite resources point, it's hard to get excited about finding a bit of ore in a chest, you know? Then again, I could have come here a lot earlier, so I have no one to blame except myself. Ooh, that's a cool find. Alright, hang on. We're gonna do something with that. Boss Fragment Part 2? Interesting. Hey, stop that. Please? I swear to God. I will destroy you. There we go. Are you glowy? You're glowy. Good. So we're going to save those boss fragments, but something tells me I'm going to want those later. Arrows, gunpowder, another boss fragment. Ah, the world's tiniest zombie. Jeez, that thing was itty-bitty and ridiculously fast. I think it was a hungry zombie too, because I could hear the eating noise every time it hit me. Ah. These guys that put together this pack, I swear. And there's a blood moon rising. Fun times. It's only going to get better. Alright, so the reason I was excited, well, besides more safari nets and, you know, ender pearls and other random stuff that'll actually fit in the system, was the ores down here are the Atum ores. So this will allow me, if I so choose, to skip past what I'm currently doing because these all have an EMC value. So I've already set up the infrastructure to mine the entirety of... Actually, no, I haven't. I have not provided adequate power to the infrastructure to mine the entirety of Atum quite yet. So once we solve the power issue that is currently plaguing my ender quarry, then I will likely skip past the rest of the waiting period and just finish it. Oh, the fake ores can be rare as well. Emerald. I'm collecting emerald ore for some reason. And I guess the gold, because it's there. Yeah, let's go with that. Nothing too exciting here. Stone broadsword. Hi guys. Hey, cut it out. Thank you. No, stop it. Stop it. So hard to find, like, entities that listen, you know? Anyway, we're gonna put those ores through. Deal with them later. I do love the ability to just toss everything in the pouch and deal with it later. It is likely my favorite part of this sorting system so far. It goes in the bag, and I forget about it for now, because it is no longer my problem until I get back home. We are going to let that shield fully repair. Won't take much longer. I don't really need it equipped, but maybe I'll run into something dangerous up top. Okay, so we've explored the periphery. Time to explore the top of this area. Bad creeper. No cookie. And by top, of course, I obviously mean bottom. Hello. There we go. Now we found the treasure room, where all the coal ore guards are. Ow. Ow. Die. 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 Ooh. Block of iron. Block of gold. I like this. I like where this is going. I like everything about it. That's disappointing. Alright, so not much of, actual interest in here. But that's fine. I don't need it to be amazing. It's actually just kind of cool that I'm here at all. In front of all of you. Playing a game. And somehow, by the graces of the amazing YouTubes and sheer dumb luck, making decent advertising impressions off of it. Here we go. Ender pearl, nether quartz, redstone, iron. We'll take the horse armor. You can cut it out. That quest done yet? Quest complete. Claim reward. Fantastic. Next reward was to collect essence, both coal and redstone. Well, I finished that a long time ago. So let's just collect the spoils. And I'm gonna kill coal ore forever. You know what? We're gonna mine this out. That was not as much coal ore as I expected, but that's okay. Now we're gonna take this block of iron, this block of gold. Hang on. Clearly, it's not gonna cooperate, and that's fine. I don't actually need cooperation, I just kind of appreciate it every once in a while. It's dark. Oh, these things are annoying now. That's what I get for leaving the spawners active. I should kill them, but you know what? I'm just gonna ignore them. Block of diamond. Oh, hey. All of the sand forever. Block of iron. Excellent. And then if we head up here... Well, it's just the back room. Okay. What about down? We should be right and about in the center of things. Let's try digging down. Hello. We were right about in the center of things. In fact, that moss stone is a trap. Boy, I'm glad I have the ability to fly endlessly. Watching things plummet off the back end of the castle. Kind of fun. But it is a blood moon and it is nighttime. So, oh, look at that. There are some secrets here for the people, those of us that can fly. In fact, there was a tower inside of that sand. Interesting. Let's see what's in the chest at the top of the tower. Nothing exciting. Well, that's a little lame. That's okay. I will try to contain my disappointment as I shove things back through this dimensional aperture and then go collect whatever is in the central area. As well as re-equip my shield. Only because it looks extra dashing. I am the brave adventurer. Alright. We're good. I can work with this. Goodbye, glass. Hey, look at that. Somehow I was extra blind and completely missed the stairs leading up here. I'm sure someone will yell about it on the video. Enchantment table. Magical wood. And sure, why not? Where's my mattock? We'll grab the books out of the bookcases. There we are. You had an enchantment area. It is gone now. Gone forever and ever. Dark boots, apprentice, ring, aqua. Meh, I say. Alright, I believe we have sufficiently stripped this place of all of its goodies. Let us head home before the sound deafens us, as well as set the Castle of Knowledge as our next destination after that. You will die. There we are, back at spawn. Life is a lot quieter and easier to handle now. Alright, we got a couple of reward bags out of that sojourn. A good integrator. Good first. Collects us a music disc. I believe we have that one already. Let's double check. C41813. Yes, we do. As such, it shall be burned for its EMC value, which is actually somewhat vast, about a quarter of a diamond. And from the other, we get the combat bracelet. 10% damage. Kind of nice. But not able to outbid the bracer of regen for my current affections, because that thing is just, it is amazing. It is so far beyond kind of nice. It is just flat out golden for me. There we go. Alrighty. What say you we finish out this set of quests? Home of the Beings, Castle of Knowledge. Final reward, a Deadrosekiss ring. Huh, I wonder if that's going to make me immune to wither. Most likely. As of now, I've not... Wow. Typos and lowercase and failed capitalization at the beginning of sentences. Nope. Nope. Okay, so in we go. Off to the Castle of Knowledge. Alright. Getting a little bit of frame rate unhappiness based on all of the warp booking I did. known issue to me, at least. I'll be right back once I reset the client. Alright, folks, we are back, and we have completed the first part of the Home to the Beings quest, Castle of Knowledge. Next, we need to go kill a guy. Let's see if we can find him. Bing! Ah, White Knights. No! So many White Knights. Why did I hit them? Why was my first... so much ow. Why is the floor making this awful noise when I step on it? What is this? Holy Stone from Chisel. Okay. I mean, if you really need a shiny floor, man, blindness sucks. Hopefully I can, like, kill through them all and they can stop trying to kill me. That'd be great. Alright, I think they're done. I think they've de-aggroed. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, what do we got? We got lots of Holy Stone on the floor, as originally mentioned. Hey, lots of White Knight armory stuff. More than I will ever need. We're going to get rid of that adamant sword. The silver light and the white long sword are useless to us. They just don't have the damage. Iron helmet will keep, and I think I need one of these white plate bodies back home. Just for, you know, completeness sake. I don't remember, though. I don't remember. So we're just going to hang on to everything. There we go. Okay. What do we got here? Just lots of White Knight spawners. Hey, bookshelves. Well, you know what happens when I find a wall full of bookshelves? They become a whole bunch of books that go into my library. There we go. Goodbye. I'm a bad person. Lots of glowstone. Not much of super interest yet. I want to go through this floor. Oh, that makes a neat noise. Down here. We have nothing. It's just a straight hole all the way down. Okay, cool. We have explored the floor. This stuff makes a neat noise. Bling! Alright, I have to try it. What sort of noise does it make when I use my builder's wand and place a whole bunch of them at the same time? That's pretty. I like it. Alright, I'll stop playing around now. Up the stairs, let's go kill a guy. Where are you at, guy? Yeah. Skeletons. So, an enchantment table. Bunch of cauldrons and, what are these called? Brewing stands? Yeah, that's it. A whole lot of my inventory is filled with a ton of crap now. Gunpowder. Boats. What? Hi! Player hunter. You're a jerk. Yeah, we're just gonna not even play around with those. Alright, still haven't found the right guy to kill. That's okay. I'm gonna collect some of this stuff before we continue. Hello? Are you the guy I'm here for? No, you're just a witch. You will poison me, because you're a jerk. But, you are not important. Why? So much why? Alright, what's out here? An obsidian parapet. I can work with that. Hopefully just a little bit of peace and quiet so I can start putting some of this stuff away. But how long am I poisoned for? Oh, it's almost gone now. Charm, rune. Not ruin, rune. Hopefully I can pronounce that properly enough for the haters in the audience to not be as upset. I've been really bad about the pronunciation of things lately. Lapis lazuli, apparently. Or, no. Lapis lazuli? Darn it, I just looked this up earlier today. I listened to the little soundbite on Webster's and everything, and I can't remember it. I just killed a porn star. Well, he deserved it. Not for being a porn star, mind you, but because he was attempting to gnaw at my ankles. Ow. 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 That's really annoying. I gotta get something that'll protect me from poison at some point. Alright, we're gonna fly because it's faster than taking the ladder. And there's more Dark Archer stuff up here. Oh, hey, there is a beacon in the middle there. Still, not what I'm looking for. Alright, I guess we need to walk around the outside of the parapets? No? Maybe over here. Alright, I am not 100% certain where I'm supposed to go. That is definitely the beacon up there. Just, hello? Where's my target? I am very confused. What do I need to kill to complete this quest? I mean, it has the look of like a Twilight Forest mob. Once you defeat the king, I will be able to give it to you. My own ring, please use it well. Fight one of the top players in this game of darkness. I'm not finding it, though. Very strange. You're not going to have anything inside of you. Okay. Okay, that's cool. The lava falls on the outside. I can get behind that. It is now snowing, so outside is not a place I really want to be. It is now raining over here. Oh, hey. This is the spot that I came in. There's a little hot air balloon to show, I guess, how I got here. Or how somebody got here, anyway. If you ever need a bunch of lime and light blue wool, that's where you can find it. But this is a fairly simple structure, and yet... no king. Yep, these towers are just hollow on the inside. They go all the way down. Alright. I guess the only thing that's left is to kill the beacon? Sure, why not? We have plenty of room for another beacon or 7 back home. Not that there are 7 beacons here, but wouldn't it be cool if there were? And you take a bit of doing even for this pickaxe. That's okay. There we go. Lots of blocks of iron. Beacon, 262,000 EMC. I wonder if the beacon, despite being made of effectively another star plus some other stuff, is more energy dense than another star. It would seem like an odd choice if it is. But I am not the pack maker. Go boom. Are you the king? No, you're just a skeleton in a glowstone hat. So I got nothing, folks. But I didn't accidentally kill it already. Well then, I guess we leave this one for now and return home. If this is a known issue, please let me know in the comments below so I can resolve it next time. But I'm not going to spend forever poking around here when there does not appear to be any obvious king available. Whoa, that's a lot of bad guys. Lots of the bad guys. That's kind of cool. I can work with that. Alright, well, let's head back to spawn and see if we have time for anything else today. Alrighty, folks, back home, and figure we have time for one more thing. That one more thing is going to be adding more power to our ender quarry. And to do so, I am throwing caution to the wind, and we are saying, forget efficiency, we are just going to try to keep up with the draw that this thing is going to have. So, first step, B-space barrel on you, and on you, and we're gonna... Oh, it disappeared because I no longer had a tool in hand. That's all. No problem. Huh, you aren't full. Why are you not full? You should be full. We're gonna have to tear this thing apart slightly and diagnose the issue again. Maybe find a better way to transfer things from interior to exterior, because it does seem to have a bit of trouble every now and then picking up from there. Anyway, at the moment, what we're going to do is we're going to set up an item transfer node, and we're going to give you a cover as usual. Because that cover is going to live right there with the item transfer node on top of the barrel. I'm not going to be able to put the cover there until after I put the transfer node down, because that's just the order you have to do things. Once the transfer node is there, it will happily allow me to place the cover to prevent the transfer node from touching the energy collector. And then we're going to put down a rationing pipe and connect the entire thing to a crafting station. And I'm going to let that run slow-ish for now. I might decide to change that in a moment. Anyway, underneath the crafting station, we're just going to use a hopper. Ooh, you're going to attempt to fill the hopper with Eternalist, aren't you? Of course you are. That's alright. Again, easy fix. In fact, easier fix. Forget the covers. I should be able to use my wrench and just wrench this thing into submission. There. With the white output, that pipe specifically will not connect to any inventories. It will only connect to other pipes. There you go. Alright, now, this Eternalist fuel is going to be used to make Eternalist fuel blocks. And as you can see, it's already filling in there. Unfortunately, I'm not quite ready for that yet. Hang on. Let me remove the hopper. That tagged the barrel as well, tagged the crafting station as well. That's okay. We'll get that set up real quick. Back into place, you. There. Fantastic. And I would sleep through the night, but it is a blood moon, as you can just barely see. Alright, we need to link these two up. And to do so, we need them to be empty. Also, to do so, we're going to want to open our baubles inventory, either by clicking this button, or pressing... there's a button you can set for it, but I don't appear to have it set to anything easy. Grab our repair talisman and huck it into our tool bag for now. Because the B-Space tuning fork relies on a damage value to make these two resonate together. That's what was giving me trouble last time. And now they are linked for Eternalist fuel blocks. You want to use the blocks because you do get slightly better efficiency. You get 10 pieces worth. Well, actually, I'm not even entirely certain if that's true anymore. I know it's true for coal that if you have it all connected together, you get 10 pieces worth. I'm going to take one of each of these manually and go find out. Now, I'm also experimenting with a new way of doing mass crafting. As you can see, I have 4 crafting stations here set up with all of the materials that I needed in advance. You guys let me know if you like this setup, and I will attempt to use it in the future for large mass crafting projects like this. So what we're going to make is we're going to build ourselves some furnace generators, but very specifically, I don't care about efficiency. And the default furnace generator, which as you saw is iron ingots, block of iron, redstone, and slab furnace, is the more efficient of the two options. What I want is pure power throughput. So I'm going to upgrade those furnace generators with 5 blocks of iron, 2 more redstone, and another slab furnace each to make the high temperature furnace generator. Now this is going to burn through fuel 4 times faster, meaning you're going to get 4 times less redstone flux per piece of fuel, but you will get it in 4 times the speed. I can't really explain it better than that. In fact, the best way I can explain it is to show you on the tooltips. So let me go visit my uncrafting table and undo one of those generators that I just crafted. Small spot of lag there, not certain entirely why. If I put one of each of these into the world, I will be able to demonstrate the difference to you quite clearly. In the furnace generator, my Eternalist fuel will generate 1,280,000 RF at 40 RF per tick. Speaking of which, my Eternalist fuel block will produce 11,520,000, which appears to be just about exactly 9 times. So yes, it is definitely not 10 times. Yep, that is 9 times an Eternalist fuel, so you don't gain any efficiency by stepping up to this. But as you can see, they both still work at 40 RF per tick. The high temperature furnace generator, on the other hand, is only going to generate 320,000 redstone flux total, which is a little less than a quarter. Actually, no, it's again exactly a quarter. Like I said, 1/4 the total redstone flux, but it's going to generate it 10 times faster. This will move at 400 redstone flux per tick. And the Eternalist fuel block is similar at 2,880,000 redstone flux at, again, 400 redstone flux per tick. So I am intentionally sacrificing efficiency here in the interest of throughput in a small footprint. Now, you could easily build a number of regular furnace generators, and of course I'm going to condense my high temperature furnace generators into the ×8s, and then condense the ×8s into the ×64 high temperature furnace generator. I am absolutely certain that there are some of you in the audience now rolling your eyes, gnashing your teeth, and saying, "Purple, no, what are you doing?" I don't care. This is fun. I had fun putting this together. I had fun spending all but 2 and almost 3 stacks of my iron building this monstrosity, and now I'm going to have fun letting it use up all of my fuel at a ridiculous pace. So let me show you what happens when I add 1 Eternalist fuel. It tells me it's going to produce 2,880,000 RF at 400 RF per tick, but that's actually a bit of a lie. This thing is going to generate 25,600 redstone flux per tick. And as you can see, all of that is dumping into the Tesseract and disappearing into the Ender Quarry quite happily. Now, that block of Eternalist fuel only lasts about 6 seconds in this guy. Yeah. Nuts, huh? So we're going to need to be producing another block of that stuff every 6 seconds, which means we need to produce 9 Eternalist fuel every 6 seconds, or about 1 every 2/3 of a second. We're definitely going to want to upgrade our energy collectors before the end of this. However, for the time being, it's going to do just fine if I just grab a item transfer node and stick it right like that, and it'll even keep my survivalist generator powered up, which is going to burn forever. Like, one of these produces 46 million RF at 5 redstone flux per tick. Just to give you an idea, let's do the math on that. 46 million and 80,000 RF, 20 ticks in a second, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. 1 block will burn for 640 hours. Wait, really? Hang on. 46,080,000 divided by 20, divided by 60, divided by 60. Yeah, 640 hours, or about a real world month. Yeah, that'll last a while. This guy, on the other hand, has already, well, actually, it's keeping up for the time being, which is kind of surprising. 21, 20. 21, 20. All right. That's kind of cool. Well, I mean, the only reason it's probably keeping up is because it's burning through the backlog. I'm going to diagnose this in between episodes and tear it all apart, but just so you know, that should now, assuming I get the thing powered properly, and maybe I use this dark matter that I have. Ooh, I'm actually over a stack of dark matter now. So it should be turning all of my dark matter into red matter as time goes on. Anyway, point being, I'll be able to upgrade all of these guys to Mark III if they need it, and they probably will, to keep this guy powered. which means that my ender quarry is going to be working pretty darn quickly most of the time. Let's go take a look at it. Assuming it were not night in this dimension. Wow. Yeah, it's bottlenecked by the chest now. That's fantastic. We're going to need to completely replace this tube system with a high-speed transfer node system, I believe. So yeah, I've already got most of the ores that I need, but as you can see, even with this relatively large area, everything that you see that is currently grass is what has been ender quarried. I've not found a single piece of the lapis lazuli. Oh, wow. Terrible at names. I have not found a single piece of the blue stuff yet. So we might just end up using EMC in that piece that we found, because it should be a lot more common than this, and the reports from the forum and from comments in previous episodes say that this is a known issue where there are too many, well, there is not any of the blue stuff spawning in the dimension. At least, not nearly as much as there's supposed to be. As you can see, I'm already at 39 diamond ore without a single bit of the lapis. Lapis? Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Jeez, I hope that's how it's pronounced. Alright. So, thank you very much for joining me, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. In between episodes, I'm going to tweak the power flower and make sure that it is running at peak efficiency, and I'm going to fix this so that this guy is not my bottleneck. I am kind of amused that it has become the bottleneck. I wonder if I can just stuff more extraction tubes on it. Can I do that? Is that a thing that I can do? Not without any extraction tubes in my inventory, that's for darn certain. Alright, so yeah, I'll play with this between episodes, show you what I come up with. Probably end up just using a transfer node system with a whole bunch of, well, with a breadth for search and a stack upgrade and a stack of speed upgrades. So all that's very easy to put together and very boring to watch. So, if you've enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, leave a comment telling me what you liked, and consider subscribing. If you did not enjoy the episode, please leave a dislike, tell me what I can do better, and I will see you next time.